guys, it's Ohwge and welcome back or welcome to my channel. In this video basically I'm going to be talking about some stuff that you need to know if you're coming to study in Ukraine, and not really about the studying part per se, but just generally life in Ukraine. So stuff like accommodation, language, weather and things like that, how things are here, and stuff you need to keep in mind if you want to come over to Ukraine. So if you'd like more information on all these that I've mentioned, please keep on watching. Before I get into the video guys, please be sure to like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff, and yeah, let's jump right in. The very first thing I'm going to be talking about is the weather. A lot of people have asked me about the weather, especially because during winter I had posted a bunch of stuff on my social media about how thick the snow was, just showing people how snowy and cold it was. And a lot of people, like I said, had questions and worrying about how it's so cold here, how people manage and things like that. First of all, you don't have to worry because winter will not last forever. Just keep that in mind. It does get better, it does get warmer. Right now we're in spring and it's like what? Right now it's 18 degrees, okay? Just a few days ago it was about 3 degrees. So yeah, it is really getting warm. You don't have to worry about winter lasting all year round. When it is cold, of course you have to invest in really nice thick insulated jackets, scarves, gloves, caps, nice socks, boots and things like that to keep you warm. So yeah, that's about it when it comes to weather. You don't have to worry about it at all. Winter does tend to drag on for a while, but it's just one of those things and you will be fine, okay? The second thing I want to talk about is the language. I think I've talked about this in my previous videos already, so I'm not going to waste time on this, but you need to be aware that in Ukraine, 2 languages are spoken. Those are Ukrainian and Russian. So you are very likely to come in contact with people who speak one or both languages. I speak a little bit of both, and like I said in my previous videos, you will definitely study bits of the language in school. It may be a bit difficult because the alphabets are different, but over time with practice you know enough to get around and to get by. Practice may be a bit difficult if you do not interact with Ukrainians often. And of course you have your trusty Google Translate. Do not forget, if you need help you can just check your phone and you'll be good. So the third thing I want to talk about is social life. A lot of people worry about interacting with other people, other foreigners here in Ukraine, and for one, I do know in my city we've got different associations among students for like Nigerians, for Ghanaians, Zimbabweans, Zambians, just different communities. People come together, kind of interact, and it's really helpful. If you feel lonely or homesick, you definitely come across someone or some people from your country or your own part of the world. If they are seniors or they've been here longer than you have, they can definitely, but they will usually help you, you know, if you need any assistance and stuff here. Also when it comes to going for events and things like that, unfortunately because of the pandemonium we haven't really been able to have like events and things like that, but yeah, there are places to go and flex and turn up if that is your thing. There's clubs, there's event halls, there's party places, there's parks, there's just all sorts of things. So you don't have to worry about your social life, you will be good. But I will say you have to put in the work, because a lot of people, they probably just expect you to bring a party to them, and that is not how it works. You have to go out there. Nobody's going to come to your house, to your room, to come and carry you to hang out with them. The fourth thing, and one of the most asked questions I got, is about the cost of living in Ukraine. Now this is where it gets very kind of tricky, because cost of living is very relative. The exchange rate fluctuates here, both here, and also consider the exchange rate in your country, how much you probably will receive as an allowance or whatever it is. But in general, it's not crazy expensive here. Let's take for instance accommodation. If you're going to live in the hostel, it costs roughly $800 or so per year. Though some people don't like staying in the hostel because, you know, it's a hostel, there's people everywhere, you've got neighbors and things like that, students going up and down. It might be a bit noisy and busy for you. So if you want to stay in an apartment, there are a bunch of things to consider. First of all will be distance, usually to school or to your classes or whatever. For the most part, apartments that are available closer to the school area or to the center of town cost more, because they are aware that students will need to cut time when it comes to going to classes and things like that. So they tend to up prices of apartments closer to the city center. For people who do not mind, they may be able to find nice apartments kind of farther away from the town, the main town area. So those ones tend to be a bit cheaper. So in general, your accommodation, let me say roughly $300 a month or so will get you a great place. If you're staying alone, of course you can pool with your friends and stay in a place where you can split the bill, and yeah, that is pretty much sorted. Also, if you are in an apartment, you have to pay other bills separately, your electricity, your water, heating, things like that, which by the way will tend to go up in winter because you have to stay warm. You cannot be freezing inside your house, you know, so your bills might be a bit higher in winter. So I would personally suggest, if you're coming to Ukraine for the first time to study, to stay in the hostel and just use the time to get accustomed to the city, because it's really, I think, difficult for people who are new to just run off to stay in an apartment when you don't know the place, you don't know the town properly, you haven't really met many people. So if you stay in hostel, you are more likely to meet people who can put you through stuff, and then after maybe a year or two in the hostel, you can move off to an apartment. Yeah, I think that's about it for the cost of, you know, living. Fifth thing I want to talk about is food. A lot of people worry about eating their own local food here, which I mean, you can find African food here for sure. We've got African stores, shops that stock up on our native foods from home. You can also bring stuff with you when you travel by air in your suitcase or whatever. I do it, you know, I bring some of my okra and my egusi and all those kind of things. So yeah, you can definitely do that. But we do have stores here. Food, African food costs more. Okay, just like you would import anything into any country, it costs more to have African food here. But apart from that, food here isn't crazy expensive. Okay, of course there are restaurants that might be a bit pricey, but when it comes to buying things from the market and things like that, it is not crazy expensive. And another thing people might find surprising here is chicken is very, very cheap. Like back in Nigeria, eating chicken is like a luxury, but here, I'm just going to tell you now, I am tired of chicken. I am tired. I don't want to eat chicken again. Like it is just, chicken is everywhere and it is super, super cheap. It is way cheaper than beef. It's cheaper than fish. And so yeah, if you like chicken, you'll be very happy to enjoy all that at a relatively affordable price here. Everything else, like, you know, rice, potatoes, spaghetti, things like that, are just plenty, you know, here. Yeah, I think those are the main things people have asked me about, because I have made notes. And yeah, please let me know if there's anything else you want to know. I can do a follow-up video, which will probably be the last of this series, but I hope I've been able to answer most of your questions concerning living in Ukraine, not just studying but actually living with the people and things like that. So yeah guys, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. As always, be sure to like, subscribe, leave me a nice little comment in the comment section. If you haven't already, please turn on, where's the bell? Turn on the bell notification. I don't know, it's somewhere. And yeah, you will get notified every time I post a new video. Okay, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.